All right. Good morning, everyone. I am on my way to a morning meeting. Well, I can't keep it there. It's weird. Um, not really a meeting. It's actually an appointment to see if I can get someone to buy security. It should be a good meeting or appointment, I should say. After the appointment, I am probably just gonna go do some work back at home, and then maybe later in the day go play golf. Been a really busy week. Allison is almost done with school. She only has one more day, and it's the graduation day. Uh, Last thing that we did for her was the Sea Life Park field trip, which was yesterday. And I was really happy I could go. I was very unsure if I could go because I had work stuff, but the work meeting got rescheduled, so it all worked out. Um, I am, what's the word? Uh, Looking forward to the summertime because my friend that I usually play golf with will be available a lot more so that I can practice a lot more. And I usually go to the range and by myself, but it's good to have somebody to play golf with because playing golf is totally different than going to the range. And I've only probably played like 5 games ever before. And a lot of the time I just go to the range. I'm going to take golf a little more seriously now. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Um, I probably have been playing consistently for only about like a month and a half, 2 months. I've been on and off again golfing from maybe last year, and I finally bought myself new like clubs, and that was like probably last month. So I'm finally taking it seriously, or maybe that was like even the beginning of this month, May. So I mean, I haven't been golfing for very long. Oh, excuse me, but I'm having fun with it. Right now, I'm really just focusing on consistent ball striking. Once I get that consistent ball striking down, I can kind of narrow it down to how the ball is actually flying, like the path it's taking and stuff. Because once I get the ball striking down, I know I can advance a little forward and I can focus on the bigger picture stuff with it, which is hitting a draw, hitting a fade, hitting a low fade, hitting a high fade, hitting a low draw, all that kind of stuff. Because golf courses are shaped very differently, and some holes require you to hit certain shots. And right now, my only shot is either forward or shaking. So, or a very hard fade. So I'm trying to at least get that consistent ball striking down first before I try to shape any shots. So it should be fun. Again, later in the day, I should be going to the course or the driving range and hitting a few balls. So I will see all of you guys when I get to the range. All right, I'm at the range right now. Um, this is my second bucket. I'm gonna start with sand wedge, move my way up, see what I can get. Should be a good day today though. Already 100 balls in, so hopefully I hit some good ones. So sand wedge should be hitting about, I want to say 120 with my sand. I go probably full swing. I'm gonna go like 50% right now, see what I get, move up from there. I was really pushed, and that was only about 130 carry, so alright. See if I can get this a little straighter. Sand wedge 130 isn't too bad, honestly, but you know. That was a stinger. Alright. Sand wedge 147 carry. Wow, that rolled a lot. 180 total. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, for sandwich, that's ridiculous. Alright. That would be horrible on the course. I think I just had a lot of fun spin on that. Alright. This pitching wedge. Should be hitting about 150 with my pitching. Yeah, I'm gonna go 50% and I'm gonna go full swing after. Super good, super high, nice and good. 80 apex, only 121. Alright, again, that was 50% now. Full swing, see if I can get to 150 with this thing. No, that was still way too high. That was like a, yeah, 83 apex, 113 total. I'm gonna move the ball slightly forward in my stance. See if I can push it a little bit more and get a little stinger in there. There, yeah. That should be the 150 that I need. No, that was way short. A 141. Alright. You know, pitching wedge 140 still isn't bad. I'm gonna hit one more and move up to my 9. See what I get with that. Wow, that was way too high. That was like a 110 apex. About 94 apex. Yeah, that was way too high. Alright. 122 yards. Alright, move up to my 9. My 9 should be hitting. Oh, the screen's about to end. I gotta turn back on. About 5 minutes. My 9 I should be hitting about. I want to say probably 160 for my 9. Maybe a little bit more. We'll see right now. What I get. Oh, that was really bad. I chunked that hard. That was. Yeah, that was 123 carry. 142 total. That rolled quite a lot. Oh, I pushed that hard. That was really high too. That was bad. 102 apex on that one, yeah, 133 total. 133 carry, 135 total. That was really high, so I didn't really push, or it didn't really roll that far. I have to hit at least 160 on this thing before I move. Or 150. It's still way too high. I need to push it further up in my stance. That was 115 apex. Holy shit. Yeah, that was really unfortunate. That was 147 total, so, you know, 3 yards away from 150 for the 9. I'm going to push it slightly forward in my stance. Maybe we can hit a stinger on this thing. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that should be the 150 I need. Oh, yeah, 150, 160 total, 156 carry. All right, moving to my 8. My 8 should be about 170 then, but I don't know if I can hit my 8 170. I should, but you know, with everything all adding up, we'll see. Then I'm gonna go 50% here. I'm gonna do a full swing. That was a nice stinger. All right, that was about 122 carry, 141 total. That rolled pretty decently. All right, I'll go full swing. See if I can get at least the 160 mark with my 8. Oh, that was cool. That was a dookie. That was a total of 95 or 99 yards. Yeah, so okay. Again, I should be hitting my 8. At least 170.
That's how it's supposed to go.
No, I fucking pulled that real hard. I got decent distance, 153. 145 carry, 164 total, but again, I should be hitting about 170 stead forward. So I'm gonna hit one more, then move to my 7. See what my yardage is on that. That was a good one. It was still too high. I think the apex like almost 100 on that. 155 total, 151 carry. All right, moving my 7. I think the best I had on my 8 was about 167, but that was just total. That wasn't carry.
Catch this feeling.
This thing is about done in 20 seconds, so I'm gonna renew it after this shot. See if I hit the 7 at least once. Yeah, that was a decent shot. Nice little pull to it. Wow, it cut off mid shot. I have no idea what that was. It seemed like it went pretty far though. I'm gonna renew the screen. Alright, got the screen back on. Hit my 7 again. Should be hitting at least I want to say 170 with my 7. If I hit a 170, that'll be good. But we shall see. We shall see. Oh, look at this. This is a cool ball. Like Winnie the Pooh on this thing. It's pretty cool. It was really unfortunate because that last 7 shot was really good, but my screen just turned off in the middle of my shot. So yeah, that means I can do it again, right? Oh no, I pushed out real hard. 110 apex, yeah, way too high too. 160 carry, 165 total. Not very good. Need to hit straighter and slightly longer. Oh, that was a good one. Oh, it was way too high too though. Probably got 110, yeah, 111 apex. At the distance though, 166 carry, 171 total. So I can't complain. Again, it's my 7. I am hitting my 6 about 200 though, so this should be creeping up slightly farther. My 6 is going about 2. Okay, I'm gonna hit one more, move down to my 6. See what I can do from there. Oh, that was so bad. All right, moving on to my 6. I chunked it and shot it very poorly, so that was about a 117 carry. Very bad. All right, moving on to my 6. I should be hitting my 6 at least 180. 190 I'm aiming for my 6, but you know, if I hit about 190 with my 6, I'd be pretty happy with that. I've been hitting 190 pretty consistently with this thing, but you know. Oh, wow. That was very unfortunate. I probably don't even think that was 150. Yeah, 147 carry, 158 total. Apex was, I don't even know. 120 ball speed isn't horrible, but my ball speed needs to get up slightly. I need to move the club a little faster. No, that's not gonna make it either. Good Apex, oh, 65. Yeah, only 147 carry. Alright, I'm gonna hit this slightly harder if I expect to get 190 with this thing. Oh, I topped the shit out of that one. Alright. Yeah, I pulled that one slightly. It's a decent hit. 65 Apex. Out of bounds, but carried the one. Carry 181, total 204. If it was in bounds, that would be good. But hey, you can't complain. At least I hit the 204. I had a couple more, moved to my hybrids and woods. That was super pull. Alright, I'm just gonna move down already. No, I'll hit one more good one. Again, that was 172 carry and 194 total. Not very good, especially since it's out of bounds. I pulled the shit out of that. That was a straight ball, but I don't think it's gonna make it 200. Nah, really short of it. It's 187, carry 174. Ball speed 116. Again, I need to work on my ball speed. I need to get this thing out of here much faster than that. I did bring my old clubs, my 5 to 3 iron, but I don't know. Ever since I started using these other clubs, these old ones don't feel very good. It's super flexy, the shaft, and the new ones that I got were regular flex. So these super flexy ones just don't feel it, honestly. This is what, my 5 hybrid? Yeah, my 5 hybrid. To be honest, I'd be happy with around 190 with this thing too. I should be hitting it farther, but truth be told, I'm horrible with hybrids and woods, so I don't hit them as much as my irons. But that's what the driving range is for, right? To practice. Oh yeah, that one straight down, topped the living hell out of it. Yeah, I pulled it and not very far. 50 Apex. Rolled decently far. Only one, yeah, not very good. I mean, total 198, out of bounds. Not very good. This should be technically going a little farther. if I can hit my 6-iron 200, this should at least go 210, but I just can't seem to break out of that. Oh, that was absolutely horrible. Heeled and topped that. Double whammy there. Oh, that was so bad. That was such a huge. You know, it's really funny. I usually have an issue with pushing or curving or what's the word? I usually have an issue with huge fades, but that just did a huge draw. That was very unexpected. All right, I have these hit a couple good ones with this before I move on to my I think 3. This is again 5 hybrid. I technically hit the yardage that I was looking for, but again, oh, again, top the living crap out of that. Let me take a few practice swings. Man. Oh. So, I've really noticed that my weakness is usually hybrids and drivers and woods. I seem to be decently alright with my irons. And the issue that I'm running into is once I hit my 6, in order to go anything further than like I've been playing a par 5 or something, it's usually like 500 yards. And, you know, it would be good to hit my driver in those situations and not just hit a 6-iron or, you know, one of these. So that's just where the sticking point for me is right now, is trying to get better with these things. See, that was just, I mean, it was a good hit, but it just pulled so much. I mean, that was 190 carry, 203 total, but again, I can hit that with my 6. So this is where that, like, confusion comes in of, this should hypothetically go further than my 6-iron, but it's about going the same yardage as my 6-iron. Which tells me that something is really off with how I'm using this hybrid. Because technically hybrid should be going way further than irons. But not for me. Yeah, that one I healed the fuck out of it. I just felt like I healed the fuck out of that. Alright, I'm gonna hit one more and move up to my my 3 wood. Yeah, see, that was 198, but it was out of bounds because I healed it. So, you know, and I bet I usually have better control of my irons. And that's why these stinking hybrids and woods, they're just kind of killer, man. That was straight, but it's not going to be the distance. It's probably going to be like 170. I don't know, a little further. 190 carry. 220 total, so 221 total. Gotta be happy with that. But again, I gotta get better with these things. These things are like the death of me on the course. I usually try to stay away from any possibility to use these. But, you know, I gotta put a little more time in hitting with these, because you know, these are really important, especially on the course. And then hitting my 5 wood right now, and or 3 wood, I meant. Hopefully I can get over 2 with this. That would be good. But again, with my hybrids and woods, just like an uphill battle, man. It just doesn't feel like I'm getting much progress, just like compared to my irons. Oh yeah, I batted the shit out of that one. Alright. I gotta take a slight step back in my stance. Standing a little too close to the ball that time. Should be a little better. Oh yeah, I pushed living hell out of that. That was a toe hit, 1,000,000%. That was horrible. You know, it feels like, especially my 3, it's just that club that just seems to really just fuck me over, like big time. I don't know what it is. I think I treat it like a driver when I really shouldn't. But it's just one of those clubs where it's just so frustrating to use. Nah, I pushed the living fuck out of that. And it went over, almost went over the net. That wasn't bad. That was very unfortunate. Alright. I also need to work on getting my trail forearm to push over my lead forearm so I can close that face a little better, especially through impact. But that seems to be a sticking point with me. So. That was very bad. I freaking hit the protector in between people. My face was just completely wide open. I think I came way too into the top over that. Good thing they exist. Unless it would have hit the guy right next to me. That would have been bad. I haven't done that in a long time. Yeah, that was super slice. You know, I don't know what it is exactly with this club. This club hates me, and I hate it. But instead of hate, should I get a hate-love relationship with this stinking club? Yeah, that was horrible. That was toed. And not far. I don't know, this club is my kryptonite, man. I don't know what it is. This goddamn 3 hybrid would be the death of me. Yeah. I'm gonna come back to this club because it is not treating me well right now. God, that was awful. I've also been trying to really focus on how to use my driver. And again, before I got these newer clubs that I got, I didn't even have driver or any woods or hybrids. So I was mostly using woods, and I had pitching wedge all the way down to a 3. Or sand wedge all the way down to a 3. So I've been using a driver and hybrids and woods now for about maybe a month. And, you know, it is completely different than how you hit an iron. But it's just, it's like that thing where you don't know exactly how to properly trained for it. That's the issue. Because that was super pushed. I mean, slightly not even in the center. And again, it's only going about 203 yards, which I can hit with my 6-iron. So it's like a point where there's really no need, especially on a course when I think about it. When I'm teeing up, knowing I could only hit my driver like at most sometimes 250, I could just use my 6 with a more accurate shot and get it 200 for sure. So it's where it's like a little frustrating on how to use this and where to use it. Yeah, I mean, way pushed. And again, just hit 200 yards, so which I can again do with my 6 and it'd be a more accurate shot. So it's at the point where I don't know if it's, I know it's like a baseball, that's why you're supposed to release it a lot sooner than an iron, and that's where the club face meets. I've heard people say to act like it's a baseball swing because then you can really square up that face for good contact. I think I need to just also push my get my club speed a little faster by not being afraid to just topping it or anything. Wow, that was horrible. And I'm basically healed inside that. And hitting driver is fun and all, but in a practical use, especially on a course, I usually never use it. And it's frustrating because I know technically, drivers are supposed to be getting a lot more distance than irons, but I just can't seem to do it. And that was at least a little straighter. I did heal it though. Again, it doesn't even, total 220, carry 183, and again, already hit my 6-iron, 221, so it's like, when would I use this? Just practicing, striking it, it's a little frustrating. Yeah, that was a top if I've ever seen one. I need to work on one, getting my stance a little wider, getting the club face a little squarer. Again, that just, it's not going to be, it's probably going to roll 200, but again, I just can't see a use for this damn thing. It's so frustrating because again, I know these should be going farther than irons, but I just can't seem to get it. Oh, there we go. Straight shot of the day right there. Yeah, there it is. Alright. 236 carry. 252 total. I'm gonna hit a couple more with driver. See me hit a couple more like that. That was probably the straightest driver I've hit all day. Not even that was the straightest driver I hit all day. And it's, you know, it's good that I'm getting this driver practice in because I usually never practice my driver if I'm being honest. I was super pulled. And, you know, it's quite funny. I never really had an issue with pulling until recently. And I think I'm overcompensating how I push because I usually push the living shit out of my balls. And now I'm, especially with my hybrids and woods, I usually pull them, which is really interesting when I think about it. You know, I'm gonna do a weaker grip on my driver because I usually have a really strong grip, especially when I use my woods. So I'm gonna do a weaker grip for my driver, see what happens. Oh, my club is so open right now. I'm a little worried. Yeah, I definitely gotta keep a strong grip on it. That pushed real bad. All right. I healed the fuck out of that. You know, again, there's a reason why I never really use this thing on the freaking course. Just can't see it. I can't really get to seem to get it to cooperate. Oh, that was a beauty. 130 apex, 146 ball speed, 230 carry, 240 total. Nope. Again, I mean, I guess I did gain about 20 yards compared to my 6, but my 5 hybrid and my 3 wood don't really gap that middle. It's just... Oh, that was a beautiful draw right there. I'll show you guys on the monitor actually too. That was a beautiful draw. That thing. See my other ones, my other horrible ones? That draw just really made up for it right there. So, yeah, I'm just gonna keep hitting driver. I think I might end the video here. I've already probably filmed enough. And again, it's usually just my woods that are just my hybrids, and my drivers and my woods are usually just the hardest part of my game right here. Because my irons are slightly dialed in. Like, I can control my irons pretty decently on a course. But when it comes to my driver and all those other clubs, I just want to kill myself. They're so bad. It's like I slice a driver, or I pull a driver, and it's just, especially on the course, it's either just my ball is gone, or it's like on the other fairway, and usually I just never hit them again, and I just stick with irons. But again, I just need to practice. So I'm gonna see all of you guys later in the day.